Hi Aquarius, and welcome to your August 2022 general tarot forecast. This is Sky coming on to talk to you about your month ahead. I hope you're all doing really well. As usual, I will be delivering to you an intuitive message about the month of August, week-to-week tarot forecast, and an extended reading on Patreon, which will be linked below. Let's dive right into it. So, starting the month, Aquarius, you have your ruling planet Uranus conjunct Mars in the North Node, transit happening in Taurus, which I made a dedicated video about, which you can check out on my channel. But yes, this basically means that you have potentially one of the most polarized months of your year coming up here, but also it's going to be giving you the most energy probably for the entire year, and you have a great chance to really get things moving and to solve any stagnation or to solve any problems that you're having. So the month of August is kind of like a major shakeup for a lot of people. There's a feeling of not being able to predict what's happening. There's also a feeling of like anticipation or expectation really falling through. So we have a lot to solve relating to what we expect from people, what we anticipate from people. And it's going to be important for us to not hold ourselves to certain rigid guidelines or certain rigid ideas about who people are in our lives, as that seems to be changing a lot really fast for this entire month. So if you enjoy a roller coaster, I feel that August is the month for you. You have the Tower reversed coming up in your reading, and the High Priestess and the Devil as your three major arcana cards. I always say if there are three or more major arcana cards, it will be a memorable month. And it seems that a lot of your major arcana energy is coming through this like spiritual elevation, through being like tied up to something or tied up to some type of like, disaster waiting to happen is the words that I'm getting for you. It's like there's been something that you've been like maybe not wanting to face, or something that you've maybe not want to go through the process of. But by facing it this month, and as it comes up this month, and almost as you have to face it this month, it ends up going a lot more smoothly than you thought, because the Tower reversed indicates that something that we expected to be really hard is actually not as bad as we thought. It was just a matter of facing it, or just a matter of going through it. But with the Devil and the High Priestess coming up, it's like there's this kind of unending connection to getting worked up or getting kind of like worried about things. So the mental energy, right, with Uranus and Mars conjunct, this can mean that like our thoughts and our mindsets and our even like fears that come as a result of overthinking can really be what is hard rather than the actual physical issues. So I definitely recommend this month, Aquarius, to have like maybe a come to God moment about like, okay, is this situation really as hard as I think it is? If it is, it's very easy to withdraw or pull back on things now. And then if it isn't, it's really easy just to let it be. I'm seeing a lot of people really feeling rewarded by just kind of throwing their hands up and being like, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to keep putting myself through this. I'm not going to be in these undoable or arduous tasks. So like the arduous energy of 10 of Wands, right? By the end of the month, you have this great 4 of Wands and Ace of Cups. So it's like by the end of the month, you have like rejuvenation. You have a lot of relief coming in and a need for relief. There's a big demand for relief in the Aquarian energy. So this has to do with not fearing things anymore, not dreading physical outcomes, and then also maybe pulling out or pulling back from certain things that are taking too much energy from you, which can all be a very spiritually elevating process for you with the High Priestess, which I find to be the best major arcana card in your reading this month, because the Devil in the Tower is kind of like my mindset or my idea about what I have to do in order to get somewhere, or in order to bypass some type of disaster, has become an impediment and may not really be so. So you have to maybe find a new creative solution, or you have to find a new way to do things in a more efficient or more optimized way here. Let's talk about the week-to-week Aquarius. Week number 1, you have the 10 of Wands rooted down by the Devil. Okay, this is the last bit of that. Okay, this has just been like never ending. Okay, for me, like these 10 of Wands devil energy cards coming up, indicating like a major overuse of energy, or like putting way too much onto your plate, or having way too many things that you have to be responsible for. What's the greater moral of that at this point? Like, why does it have to be this way? Like, why does it have to be so hard? Why does it have to be so painstaking? Like, at a certain point in time, are we putting ourselves through hell in order to like feel as if we're capable or something, or in order to prove to ourselves some amount of like superhero-like capability? I kind of feel like that's what it is at this point in time. And it's almost more heroic now to really fine-tune what we're pushing ourselves to carry, okay? Think about what you're carrying in the first week. Think about what that's like for a long time. Think about what like too much weight or too much bearing down on you does over a long period of time. I suppose it can be like tasteful for a very small segment of time, but at a certain point it starts to have a bad effect. You know, the posture can get bad. There are a lot of kind of lighter parts of ourselves that can get really weighed down. So we want to lighten up a little bit, and we want to have an easier time of things, okay? So the first week of August is going to be showing you where things are maybe too hard, or where things are too heavy, or what's weighing you down. And it's important as an Aquarius, you know, a Uranus-ruled sign, all about like innovation and sort of like having a certain electric power, or a certain like, what do I want to say? It's kind of like Aquarius is not the sign that's meant to be like materially weighed down. It rules over electricity. It rules over energy as well. It does not have much rulership over the heavy earthly things. So if you're too weighed down by heavy earthly things, you might kind of feel not yourself as much. Week number 2, Aquarius, the High Priestess, rooted down by 2 of Pentacles reversed. So there's like a conflict of faith. There's a belief system conflict here. Like you could see that you're like practicing 2 different religions, or you could see that you're like maybe some of the beliefs are in conflict with each other. And that's interesting. I think that that's happening at a higher degree globally, where you have people like with different spiritual beliefs, and they're kind of, I don't know, practicing like a multi-faith type of system. And that's interesting. Take a look at it though. Is that like, do you know that that's happening, if that's happening? And also not even thinking of like religion, but just like who or what you have faith in. Like I expect, I don't know, for the stock market to come through, but at the same time, I'm really interested in some type of like non-private market reforms or something. And it's like a conflicting belief, you know. And then also on the other hand, there could be like relationship things that are like this too, where it's like, okay, I really want to go dating, but like at the same time I'm renewing my vows with my spouse. It's like these conflicts that don't make sense. Saturn Uranus square preparing to come back into transit again, and I feel that you could be starting to get a foreshadowing of that in the second week of August. But there is some type of better spiritual path, or some type of really wonderful transcendence that you can usher in through these conflicts, and kind of rising above them as they are. Week 3, you have the Tower reversed, rooted down by the King of Wands. Okay, creative solutions. Not indulging in these like disasters, okay? Like there might be like mini disasters, like mini, M-I-N-I, like small disasters that are like all around, but they're not really your problem, or they're not really like for you. You know, it could be like other people going through problems and they're like relying on you, or it could be like vicarious kind of problems. Because again, the Tower is reversed, so it means it's not a direct feeling of chaos. It's like indirect chaos. And with the King of Wands, people might be coming to you being like, oh my gosh, I need your innovative thinking. I need your creativity. I need you to help me fix this problem. I need you to help me like scale my business. I need you to help me get out of debt. I need you to help me like, I don't know, declare bankruptcy or something. It's like really crazy stuff like that people could be calling on you for, and take that as a symbolism as well. Not so much as a physical message, but like people might be wanting you to be the catalyst of change in their lives. And I think that you kind of need to be doing that more for yourself. Week number 4, the 4 of Wands rooted down by the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. So if through these first 3 weeks of August, you totally have to face the like worst of it all. Okay, like everything comes up, and it's not bad because it's a pretty short period of time. 3 weeks. It's kind of like at least it's not like 3 years of it, and through seeing all of this stuff in the first bit of August, like everybody's kind of having to see like what isn't working here. Like it's really hard August 2022 to still be like committing to things that don't work, or like just kind of like flying blindly into something that's like unsustainable. Okay. By the fourth week, how they can be sustainable, or what a better path forward is, or maybe you have a windfall. Maybe you get like a huge business payoff. Maybe you do something, or I don't know, just come into something, like you just kind of arrive, or you just kind of step in to a more healing essence. There's something that is being celebrated. Okay, you're celebrating. There's some kind of engagement. There's some kind of maybe like a graduation coming up here, so that you kind of have the free step into the next series of abundance. Ace of Cups is reading it down. So you need emotional recharging. You need more emotional energy. You're kind of sapped or drained, especially at the beginning of the month. So if you can set anything up for yourself that kind of helps you to get yourself back together, and kind of know also your triggers or what drains you, and maybe choose less of that this month, because there is a bigger need for you to be healing and not overspending your energy here. So anyway, Aquarius, let's talk more about it in your extended reading. I'll talk more about tips that I can give you about not overspending energy, and kind of like actually maybe taking back some of your own energy here, and facilitating a space where you can maybe generate more health and well-being now. And I'll get a central theme, 2 supporting themes, and a significator card so we can understand more about your month. That will be linked below and in the center of your screen. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed the reading. Have a great month. Bye.